Just putting on a bit of lavender scented hand cream. I love lavender hand cream. It's so soothing and relaxing. I think lavender will always be my favorite scent, closely followed by rosemary and the scent of figs, and yeah, I think those are my top 3. I actually have a fig scented candle right here. Oh, I wish you could smell it. I wish you could smell it. I'm gonna light another candle though, because you know, autumn is finally here. This year it took so long for autumn to actually arrive here where I live, and now the weather is just perfect. It's so crisp outside, like a crisp chill. I wish it would stay like this for longer before it gets really cold, because this house where I live, it gets really cold, so cold in fact that I got really bad chilblains last year on my fingers. Like, they were all red and swollen, and they hurt all the time and also itched. And so I had to wear gloves all winter. And whenever I searched up how to remedy chilblains at home, it always was so unhelpful, because it was like, you know, stay indoors, don't go outside. Wear gloves when you go outside. Keep your hands dry. And yeah, but the thing was, I got chilblains at home, just sitting there, and my hands would literally hurt if I didn't wear gloves. So even though it's only October now, I've already started wearing like little gloves that go up to here. I actually forgot them outside at my desk. But yeah, to do anything I can to prevent them. But anyway, enough chilblain talk. I don't know, do you also suffer from chilblains? Because like, we do have heating in the house, but we don't use it 24/7 because that's so expensive. But here I have this lovely candle from a brand called Enchantique, and this is the beautiful exterior. And I lit it for the first time the other day. This just may look like a regular candle, but it is not. You want to see something very cool? Allow me to show you. By the way, I painted this 4 years ago. Okay, and here I have a little thing of matches. Very cute purple matches. Okay, now watch closely to see what happens. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, just hold on. Okay. Just watch, just you watch how cool this is. Oh well, it's not working right now, I think because my room is too cold. There you go. You see how that lights up? I don't know if you could tell how cool that was. Just because I think my room is too cold right now. But basically, there is a gel. There is a gel layer of gel wax on the outside, and it is very sensitive to fire. It's, what was it, solar, it was solar something. Like it senses heat and it turns on this light. Let me, hold on. Ta-da! How cool does this look? And this, the scent of this candle is tea and fig. And rose, I think there is some. But it smells so good. It smells like such a yummy green tea that's also very natural. That's something that's very important to me and why I like this candle. I actually am very sensitive to scents and I hate artificial scents. So this just smells like a nice cup of tea and figs, which is absolutely delicious. I wish you could smell this right now. Smell it. Okay. Just going to leave this here and turn on my light a little bit. Oh gosh, that suddenly looks so purple. That suddenly looks so purple on the camera. Okay. Let's leave the light like this, just a more soft light. Something else that's very autumnal is this pumpkin that I have. It actually was a candle, as you can see. I tried to clean it out by pouring boiling water in it, but it didn't work. But I still keep this as a piece of decor because it's a pumpkin. Like, why wouldn't I keep this, you know? And it's one of the only autumnal decor thingies that I have, pretty much, because we don't really have cute autumnal decor in the house, and I don't really spend money on things that I don't really need that much. So yeah, I don't think I'll have like, you know, an interior that really displays what it looks like in my soul until I'm living alone somewhere more permanent. But yeah, for now I just have this. If I manage to get all the wax out one day, I might make my own candle to pour in here. But either way, I think I will be keeping this forever. This was actually a birthday present from a few years ago that my sisters gave me. And, ooh, I guess I should show this next. These pomegranate earrings. Aren't they just the most gorgeous? I guess they don't make the nicest sound, but let me put them on. This was a birthday present of mine this year from last week, actually. I just turned 25 last week, and this was one of the presents that my sisters also got me. And they're just so freaking cute. Sorry, I always have a bit of trouble putting earrings in my right ear. Yay! Look how gorgeous. I love. You want to see something else very cool? It's this little lantern that was also a birthday present from this year. What? Like, how cool is this? I wish I could just hang this here somewhere, but unfortunately I don't have another good place to put this. But yeah, it's just so cool. Now another, like I said, I don't have much autumnal decor, but I do whatever I can to make my space feel cozy, whether that's through candles or incense or just the most gorgeous lamps. But I also made these 2 years ago in October. Just an old wine glass. This was a Prosecco bottle. And then I just, dripped a taper candle over here, and then popped it on there, and that's another really easy way that you can make your space cozy. All you need are some taper candles. I have another bottle here, but I didn't do the drip as well on this one. I feel like it doesn't look that nice, although I do like this darker bottle. I'm not gonna do it right now, otherwise the whole video you'll just be watching me do the candle. 'Cause it takes quite a while. But now I have my trusty little palette, which I used in another one of my ASMR videos. But this is actually my sister's. She has this palette of 1,000 colors, and I will do an autumnal one right now. I think I will probably do maybe like this orange, or wait, maybe I should do this sparkly orange. Yeah, I will sweep that over my lids right now. Okay. So, I've actually never worn this color before. So, let's see how that goes. Let us see. Ooh. Oh my. Very, very vibrant. I'll blend it out in a second. Wow, I can't believe I never wore this before. I guess I usually don't wear any orange things, but I should have, because this is literally the epitome of autumn. Yeah. Let me blend this out. This is so autumn fairy core. I wish I had some fairy wings. You know, the leaves are barely even orange here yet. Because where I live, it doesn't really start looking like autumn until probably mid-November or even early December, which is crazy. But yeah, autumn is a state of mind, you know, and it's always October in my heart. Okay, I feel like this looks better in person than on camera. Yeah. And you know, I never got to go to a pumpkin patch before, or an apple orchard, or just do those cute little autumnal small town things, because where I live, they just don't have those cute autumn vibes. I feel like orange eyeshadow is not my color, honestly. Or maybe it's that I need to add another color in the crease, but I don't want to turn this into a makeup video. But yeah, think it looks better in person, or maybe it's just because of my lighting right now. But nevertheless, this was fun. Autumn, autumn, autumn. Autumn, 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 autumn. Do you like that as a trigger word? Autumn. Oh, speaking of autumn, I have this little trinket dish that's so gorgeous. Don't mind the dust on there. I haven't cleaned this in a while. But I have this very autumnal looking clip. It's gorgeous. I also have it in this color. But I think I'm going to wear the other one today. Just like softly over here in my hair. And speaking of autumn, I also have some autumnal shows and movies that I'd like to talk about. And I'll just hold this here for a bit. Okay, let's talk about some autumnal shows. First of all, I started watching Charmed for the first time last fall. Ooh, I like this lighting. And yeah. So I started watching Charmed. I got up to season 5, like in the winter of this year. I mean, like February. And I've just been slowly watching season 6 throughout the year, but I think now I'm on the finale of season 6, and I will continue watching it this autumn and hopefully finish it this fall. And I really love Charmed, and watching it in the autumn, it just made my last autumn feel so whimsical. I know people usually talk about Letterboxd. No, sorry, I was thinking of Letterboxd. People usually talk about Gilmore Girls for fall, and I watched it one year and I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say I'm as big of a fan of it as everyone else seems to be. Like, I would rewatch it one day maybe, but it doesn't feel like something that I want to rewatch every autumn. Yeah, I think I much prefer Charmed. But I was thinking about Letterboxd earlier because I was going to pull it up and also tell you about some autumnal movies that I've watched in the past years. So far this year, I rewatched some Harry Potter movies, and I also rewatched the entire Twilight saga for the first time since I was a kid. And I never watched 4 and 5, like Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. Yeah, I only watched the first 3, and I really enjoyed the rewatch, especially Twilight, of course. It was just so funny. I cannot believe I used to love it in earnest, and because now, a few weeks ago, rewatching it, I just could not stop laughing because of how cringy everything was, but in the best way. It was also so nostalgic. And I also watched Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and I rewatched The Addams Family, and then I watched Pan's Labyrinth for the first time, and I really loved it, because I really love Guillermo del Toro's films. I haven't watched all of them, but every time I watch one of his movies, I really love them. Like Crimson Peak is one of my absolute favorite movies. It's gothic, it's haunting, just this deteriorating gothic manner, basically. It's wonderful. You should definitely watch it this autumn if you haven't yet. And it's a little bit scary. Anyway, now I'm just thinking of Frankenstein, the film adaptation that's coming out, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Actually, it already came out on October 17th on Netflix. I don't have Netflix where I live, so I'll just have to wait a bit. But I'm really excited about it because Frankenstein is another amazing gothic novel, a gothic classic, and I haven't had the chance to reread it yet, and I don't think I will because I'm reading another gothic classic right now that I will get to in a second. I have heard great things about this adaptation, and I was really excited when Oscar Isaac was cast in it, and back when Andrew Garfield was going to play Frankenstein's monster. And I was honestly surprised and skeptical when they cast Jacob Elordi. But from what I have heard so far, it's very faithful to the original text, and Frankenstein is Guillermo del Toro's favorite book, and he's been wanting to adapt this for like decades now. So, I mean, the visual, the cinematography is stunning, and Mia Goth is just also stunning. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And then the other gothic classic that I'm rereading right now is Wuthering Heights. It's one of my favorite books, and yeah, I have just reread it once every few years. This time, however, I'm actually rereading it with an audiobook, which I'm enjoying. And I feel like I can't talk about Wuthering Heights now without mentioning the Emerald Fennell adaptation that's coming out on Valentine's Day next year, because people have a lot of thoughts to say, and I have a lot of thoughts on it as well, because, well, the most obvious thing is that it doesn't seem like it's a faithful adaptation at all. like, because when you see the trailer, it's all like sexy and dark romance type vibe, which if you have actually read the book, that is not the vibe at all. Like, reading the book is not sexy at all. It's actually very depressing. It's very bleak. It's about all these horrible people who treat each other horribly. Like, Catherine and Heathcliff being together is like the two worst people you know in your life dating each other. They just, like, it's not sexy. Guys, think about what Emily Brontë was trying to say. However, I did hear this theory about how maybe her adaptation, like, maybe Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi are not playing Catherine and Heathcliff. They think that Margot's character is actually a woman sometime later reading Wuthering Heights and inserting herself into the story and creating her own fantasy, because as some wonderful costume designers and fashion historians have pointed out, there seems to be two timelines because of the era of dress, era of fashion that they can discern from the trailer. So that is very, very interesting, if I do say so myself. Okay, but what have I watched in the past years? Last year, I rewatched When Harry Met Sally. I watched The Witches of Eastwick and The Craft and Sleepy Hollow. And yeah. And then the year before that, I watched Emily, which was a film that is loosely based on Emily Bronte's life. Or it's about her life, but it's a loose adaptation, could you say, if it's a real person. I really enjoyed it. Even though a lot of it is fictionized, because we don't actually know all that much about her life. I guess another show I would recommend right now, I have been watching The Addams Family show from 1964 for the first time, but also I would like to recommend My Lady Jane, which isn't exactly autumnal, but I feel like it could very much be. It could very much fit. Yeah. I'm not going to go into what it's about because I feel like I'll be here for another 20 minutes, but I would highly recommend you to watch it. If you like the Tudor era or just like historical fiction and also some surprising fantasy elements. And I will leave it at that. But one last thing I want to show you is my cute little Nintendo Switch case that I got. As an early birthday present for myself, and I don't even have a Switch yet, but I've been wanting one for years now, and of course the Switch 2 came out earlier this year, and I've been planning to finally get myself one sometime this autumn/winter. I've always had a tendency to talk myself out of a purchase because I grew up with a lot of financial anxiety, so spending money just makes me feel very guilty, even if I have always been very responsible with my money. So here are the cutest little thumb grip thingies. There's 4 of them. And then also I only bought the case first because I saw that it was almost going to be sold out, and this was the only case I saw that I really loved and felt like is me, because many of them I feel like are too cutesy for me. So I just had to grab this even before I get the Switch. So this is a little witchy night with cute little ghost kitties. Like, how adorable is that? I love it so much. And then also the Joy-Con, like angel and devil kitty. How cute is that? I just love it so much. I will treasure this forever. Okay, I think that has been enough autumnal rambling for now. I wish I did the whole video with this lighting because this is actually so gorgeous. Maybe I'll do it for one of my next videos, but I hope you enjoyed this autumnal ramble. Oh, I forgot to show another autumn essential of mine, which is just a furry sweatpant, because that's just very much needed. Yeah, that's all, pretty much. But thank you so much for joining me on this little evening autumnal session. It's actually the morning right now, but we don't need to talk about that. Yeah, hope you have a cozy autumn, and if you've watched until here, thank you so much. I hope you are going to have a great day or evening, and I would love to know what your autumn essentials are, or what things you like to do in the autumn, or movies and shows and books. So yeah, bye bye.